It is so dangerous down at that border, and you don't see that on television because cameramen usually don't go there. I'm catching 60 people at a clip with the Border Patrol agents, and mixed in are people from the Middle East. We're joking about it, but it's very, very serious because as I asked Congressman King if I had a bus of drug cartel members, Hezbollah, or Chinese nationals, what don't you want to get through? The reason being is because the Chinese nationals, they could create a cyber 9/11. And I witnessed 9/11 firsthand. I mean, I was like this, and I ran from those buildings. A cyber 9/11 would make that day look simple. I mean, we're talking about shutting down our air traffic control or shutting down the electric grid on the East Coast. This country would not be able to get through that sort of thing. So the fact that we're allowing that to come through the border, this is a pathway to disaster. And we will never understand until it happens that America will never be the America we know. Because let me tell you, we just watched the city of Boston shut down for a week because of two guys who learned how to...
The confidential Pentagon report quoted by the Washington Post gives the most detailed list yet of the systems that Chinese hackers allegedly have penetrated. Missile defense systems, including the Patriot, THAAD, and Aegis systems, cutting-edge aircraft such as the Joint Strike Fighter now in development, the F-35, and Ospreys. The question now is how Washington will respond to what analysts say are Beijing's cyber intrusions. In his State of the Union address early this year, President Obama addressed the issue.
We know foreign countries and companies swipe our corporate secrets. Now our enemies are also seeking the ability to sabotage our power grid, our financial institutions, our air traffic control systems. We cannot look back years from now and wonder why we did nothing in the face of real threats to our security and our economy.
That threat has grown as China modernizes its military and looks for ways to develop its own weapon systems. Jason Healy specializes in cybersecurity at the Atlantic Council, a research organization in Washington.
We know the Chinese have been greatly expanding their defense procurement programs over the last few years. This completely fits in with what we've seen in other areas of Chinese military behavior.
In their meetings with Chinese officials, U.S. officials have for years brought up the issue of cyber intrusions. But the U.S. government has only recently started making its complaints more public.
6 months ago, the United States still had not taken a position on what we would do about this. Now the United States government has made the position from the president on down that we will confront the Chinese mostly in private, but also slightly in public about this.
The Pentagon says it takes the threat of cyber espionage very seriously and has taken steps to strengthen its capabilities. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel will have a chance to bring up the issue with Chinese defense officials